1849, The California Gold Rush, written by Cynthia Kennedy Henges. Keeping a secret. On the morning of January 24, 1848, James Marshall was working at a mill in the California. He spotted something shiny under the water in a ditch. It was gold. Marshall showed the gold to the owner of the mill, John Sutter. Sutter tried to get everyone to keep the secret that gold had been found. 6 days later, California became part of the United States. Sam Branner, who owned a store on Sutherland, soon let others the secret. He showed miners the tools they needed to buy gold, picks, axe, pans, and shovels at very high price. John Sutter moved to California from Switzerland. Mexico controlled California at the time. Sutter made a deal with the Mexican government to control a large amount of land that actually belonged to native peoples. Sutter made some native people part of his own army. He enslaved many others to work the land. Territorial loss of the U.S. in the Mexican-American War. Land that today make up the states of California, Nevada, Utah, most of Arizona, half of New Mexico, and parts of Colorado and Wyoming were included in the treaty. These lands were home to many native peoples. Still, Mexico had claimed ownership, then gave them to the U.S. after the war. Panning. Unlike gold in most places, California's gold was locked deep under the ground. Placer mining was a way that miners sifted gold out of the river using a shallow, flat pan. Prospectors stood in rivers and shoveled gravel into their pan. They took out large rocks, then carefully scoured the pan. The dirt and gravel spilled over the eggs with the water. The shiny flakes of gold stay at the bottom of the pan. Work-wise, a prospector is someone who moves to a spot with the prospect or possibility of finding gold. At the time, most miners only found gold worth between $10 and $15 today. The 49ers. Gold fever, greed, and excitement brought out by the discovery of gold took hold of many people. At the time, many workers earned less than $1 a day. In 1849, around 90,000 people called 49ers joined the gold rush. People from Mexico and countries in Central and South America traveled to California. Some enslaved black people were brought by their enslavers. Free black people also came. The trip to the gold mine could take months and was not cheap. People had to pay to get there and for food during travel. Many 49ers planned to make money quickly and return home. Others were ready for adventure. People from California origin and Mexico were the first to come to the river near Sutter Mills. Local only had to take their pack animals. It took longer for immigrants to arrive by boat. They came from Asia, Australia, and South America. By ship, about half of 49ers decided to travel by ship to avoid crossing the lands of native peoples. Ships took from 5 to 8 months to sail from the East Coast. They had to route the tip of South America and then go up the coast to California. The cheapest tickets were $75, about $2,300 today. It was a difficult journey. People got sick and were bored. This poster like this one advertised ship that would carry 49ers from New York City to San Francisco. The routes the 49ers took. Some passengers cut through Panama. They traveled across 60 miles, 97 kilometers of jungle, then got on another ship. Bad weather and wild animals make the shortcut difficult. Many fell ill and died. If they made it across, it might take weeks or months to catch a ship on the other side by wagon. It took about the same amount of time to cross the United States by wagon. Much of the land between 49ers on the East Coast and California still belonged to native peoples. Settlers moving west often stole from native community and attacked them. Most people left from St. Louis, Missouri, the most western U.S. city at the time. Wagons followed the California Trail for 2,100 miles, 3,380 kilometers across the flat prairie. A wagon could travel about 15 miles, 24 kilometers in a day. Rivers, mountains, cliffs, and deserts greeted the traveler, as well as rain, wind, and snow. It was difficult to keep the ocean healthy and the wagon working. Even worse danger facing 49ers came from sicknesses, hunger, and accidents. For those who made it to California, life did not get easier. Still, it was difficult for miners to give up. The next pan of river might have a goal. Equal opportunity. At the hill filled with the prospector, white miners began to treat other groups badly. Many different groups of native people live in California. Attack from 49ers forced native people off their land. Once California became a state in 1850, the government took even more land from native peoples. Thousands of native people were killed and thousands more died of sickness. New laws allow settlers to arrest native people for breaking the law. They then forced them to pay fines by working on ranches. White prospectors wanted as little competition as possible. California forced miners from other countries to leave by taxing them, including Joe from China. Finding gold wasn't easy. Even those who found gold often lost it. Robbers were common. Gold cost a lot of money. Some earlier prospectors got rich. Mostly large companies could mine for the deeper gold, so they were the most successful. Price worldwide. 49ers could get what they want if they could pay for it. Here's what some items sold for in 1849 San Francisco. The last column shows what those prices would look like in 2021, adjusted for inflation. 1849, one can apiece, $6. 2021, $206. $1 equal $34. One breakfast, $43 equal $1,479. One pound, 45 kilos of coffee, $3 equal $103. One meal, $360 equal $12,384. One pair of boots, $96 equal $3,302. Some people got rich just by selling goods to the miner. Sam Brunner became one of the first millionaires in the United States. Levi Strauss Chopin taught enough to handle the work. Blue jeans. Women started business cooking, running boarding houses, and washing clothes. Mary Ellen Pleasant. Mary Ellen Pleasant was a Black American businesswoman who worked as a cook and a housekeeper during the gold rush. While she worked, she listened to what business people were talking about. Pleasant became a millionaire buying and selling buildings and business. The Golden State. The gold rush brought success to white settlers, the United States government, and rich people. Unfortunately, the gold rush was also harmful in many ways. It brought around 300,000 settlers, mostly white, to what were once native land in California. More than 100,000 native peoples were dead 20 years after the gold rush had begun. The gold rush forever changed the western United States. Today, California has more people than any of the other 49 states. Nearly 2 centuries after the gold rush, California still lives up to its nickname, the Golden State.